Hello fellow woodworkers and welcome to this week's edition of the Garage Workshop and my workshop blog for May. Roll the intro. So, as usual, fellow woodworkers, I'm just going to start with a little bit of a channel update. It's been another very busy month on the channel, and I've uploaded 3 videos this month. The first one being the review of the saw stop. I have still got the interview with Michael Davis coming up for that. The second one was the battery storage container, which you can see me alive behind me. Lots of comments on that about battery heat and whether the battery chargers are going to overheat. Trust me, I've been monitoring it very closely. No issues so far. And then the last video, which was last week's, which was on Maker Central. Of those 3 videos, the Maker Central video has been the most popular by quite a long way. It's had, at the time of making this, it's had over 1,700 views. The other 2 videos in general around my normal sort of amount of views. In terms of views in general, 8,800 views on the channel for the month of May, which is about 825 views up. Watch time is also up to 840.2 hours, which is about 10 or so hours more than normal. Subscribers, 74 in the month, which has maintained the same. That's my sort of average per month. And the total amount of subscribers at the Garage Workshop at the time of recording this is 2,394. My top 5 videos for the last 28 days, little bit of surprise with one of them. Number 1 was the budget tool alternative, where I put pitched high chica up against other budget tools, and I've got another video coming up about a comparison. Most popular video was Maker Central. The third was my saw stop review. The fourth was the battery storage drawer, and coming in 5th, which was a surprise because they tend to get lower views, I'm saying that, this is one of them, was the April blog, and that came in at the 5th most viewed video on the channel this month. So another steady month of growth on the Garage Workshop. So fellow woodworkers, last week's video was my review of Maker Central 2025, and now that I've had a few days to sort of reflect on it, I just wanted to give you my sort of final thoughts on the show. As I said in the video, I'm not saying I was disappointed with Maker Central. I think it was more sad at sort of what it's become. It felt very much like a sort of show that really has lost its identity a little bit, and I'm a big believer in everything being there, all the crafts and things like that. And like I said in the video, there's quite a lot of stalls there which are very interesting if you're a sort of creative thinker, as many of us are. There's a lot of stalls there to sort of perk your interest, but what it isn't, in my opinion, is really a show for sort of woodworkers or DIYers. When I've gone the last 2 years, there's been enough there to hold my interest as a YouTuber and as a woodworker, but it just didn't feel like that this year. It felt like it had tipped over a bit too much into crafts, 3D printing, drones, you name it, it was pretty much there. It feels to me like it's lost its identity a little bit, which is a shame, in particular for me, because I went to the Pro Live Builder show earlier in the year. I'll put a link in the description to that, and that is a show that is aimed at professional construction industry workers, but the effort that went into that show and the amount of available things that you could see there was huge. So just a little bit of sadness really that that's not what Maker Central is anymore. And again, I would think very much about before I went next year. Also, just a little note, this isn't a potential dig at the organisers. I don't know who organises it or anything about it, but when you looked at the promotional material for Maker Central this year, it did include some people that actually weren't there, certainly weren't there on the Saturday. I'm thinking in particular of Stuart from Proper DIY, who is mentioned in all of their sort of promotional material. He was on the website and everything for this year, but he obviously wasn't there. So just a little bit of a note of caution there. So next year I will look very closely to the lineup. Obviously last year we were a little bit spoilt. We had Ali Spagnola and Xylofox and lots of people that we didn't have. And also it was a shame that we didn't have the YouTuber stand that Peter Millard and some of the other YouTubers were on last year. I was actually with Peter on Saturday, and it was great to be able to tap into his knowledge along with Frank and Rob and Mark, and I'm sure all of them will bring some content out. But just a little thing, if you're thinking of going next year, all I would say is have a look at the show, look at who's on in the seminars and the seminar theatre, and just make your decision, because it is quite a long way to go. The parking is expensive, the food is expensive, so just make sure if you go next year that you consider all those things. So fellow woodworkers, as you know, in these blogs I like to give you some recommendations on YouTube videos just from things that I have been watching, but also things that are sort of prevalent in the algorithm and popping up if you watch a lot of YouTube videos. This month's recommendations, I have to say, are all from quite established channels, but I think there's a lot of interesting content in the recommendations that I've got for you. The first one, of course, probably, in my opinion, one of the best makers on YouTube, John Heiss. And this is on his I Build It channel, and it's called A Step Forward or Two Steps Back. And it charts John's process of making an update to his CNC. Now, I think all of John's videos are fantastic. This one in particular, I would never have a CNC, I don't think, in terms of being able to afford one, but I really liked this video. I thought it was incredibly well done, and John's got such an easy conversational style. It was really good. The only thing that slightly worries me about John's videos, and I shared some of these thoughts with the YouTubers at Maker Central, not high on health and safety, particularly when he gets his fingers near the blades of the table saw. But all of these videos are going to be in a playlist in the description of this video. My first recommendation, A Step Forward or Two Steps Back from John Heiss. My second recommendation this week is from Pask Makes. Now, this is a channel I've mentioned. I've recommended videos on this channel before, but I'd not seen this one where he makes a stunning piece of furniture from a pallet. It is incredible. I mean, the amount of precision that goes into the videos that Pask makes is incredible anyway, but this video is really, really worth a watch. It's one of the best 37 minutes that I've spent watching YouTube. So again, link in the playlist for this, but check this video out if you've not seen it. Stunning furniture build from a pallet. It doesn't have to be ordinary, and it certainly wasn't. Third video I'm going to recommend is from Make with Jake's channel. I can't remember, to be honest, if I've mentioned this channel before. I've watched a few videos from it, but this video, which is a little bit old now, I think it was about 2021, 2022, my top five small favorite woodworking on YouTube is really good, and it's some channels that I've never seen and I've never heard of. I'm in the process of working my way through some of the channels that he recommends, but it's not a very long video. It's like 5-6 minutes long. It is really worth a watch, particularly if you're looking for new content on YouTube, or you're not happy with what's being served to you by the algorithm. So Make with Jake, my top 5 favorite small woodworking channels on YouTube. My last recommendation this week is a channel that I never knew before I came across this video. I hope I'm going to pronounce this the right way. Padula Studios. It's got about 400,000 subscribers. Again, I'll put a link to this video in the description. And he starts this video by saying, I set out to make the best thing ever made in woodworking on YouTube, and if it goes wrong, then I can just paint it and say it was rustic. But what he makes, wow, amazing. And the level of work that goes into this finished piece is literally quite stunning. This video has had over 1.2 million views. I'm sure many of you have seen it. I'm a bit new to the party with this channel, but I can't recommend this video highly enough. If you only watch one of my videos, the recommendations this month, pick this one. So lastly this week, I just wanted to go over a couple of sort of shopping-y tips for you. As you know, being the summer, both Lidl and Aldi are going a slightly different way in terms of their special buys in the middle of Lidl's. There's not a lot of tools for the woodworker in any of them, but I've been having a little bit of a nose around in other places, and I just wanted to sort of bring to your attention a couple of things. The first one is Machine Mart. I had a really interesting discussion with Rob from Weekend Shedhead about Machine Mart. I've got one near me. I think most of you will have one sort of fairly near you, and they have got a sort of clearance area where they sell refurbished and returned stock, and I'm just having a bit of a look through these sort of sections along with the Amazon outlet and places like that, and there are some real bargains to be had in these. And quite often you think about going out and buying tools and things like that, you don't ever really consider looking at the clearance sections. I know a lot of tool companies have them. Also places like Screwfix all have really good deals, particularly as it's coming up to the May bank holiday weekend, or Whitsun, whichever one it is at the end of May. So really worth a look. So if you're in the market for a tool, I know Machine Mart at the moment have got a big sale on compressors. It's well worth giving some of these sites with outlets a look. Fellow woodworkers, we've come to the end of this hopefully very quick blog for May, and just a couple of things I wanted to get your opinion on moving forward. As you'll know from the beginning of the video, it's been another mixed month for the channel, with growth not what it has been in the previous month. And I know I've had a few comments on some of my recent videos about the videos I'm making and what I'm putting up, and I just wanted to get your views on the current state of the channel. For me, the channel was never just about making. It's never been that since it started. The first video on this channel was a review of the Lumberjack thicknesser planer. I like to do a variety of content. Sometimes that will be tool reviews, sometimes that will be building things. For me, it's about things that I find interesting and keeping those sort of things fresh. So I will always have a mixture of content. I know some videos that I post don't do very well at all. Some of the tool review ones that I do have done really well. So it's just a mixture, but I just wanted to get your feedback on the type of content that I make and whether you think I've got it about right or not about right. So please let me know in the comments what you think, and if you've got any comments on anything else you've seen in the blog, also put that in. Thank you so much for watching this week's video. If you're new to the channel, please can I ask you to subscribe, like, comment and hit the notification bell. If you are a regular viewer, again, thank you so much for viewing this month's video. Also, don't forget to like and comment, and I'll catch you on next week's edition of the Garage Workshop. Take care, fellow woodworkers.